So back with the finals of GPK. I'm playing against Wizzerinus. They'll be on the play, unfortunately. 4-1 Swiss, not good enough to play in the finals. I'm okay with this matchup, though there's a lot of things I'm scared about, particularly with Rattler and Hatzo's maneuver and whatnot. I don't have the best hand, but I do have turn 2 good 2-drops on turn 2, so a bit less afraid of pay up and whatnot. It's a bit slow in general, but I think I'll manage. The mana base being painless is nice, so I guess I'll keep this. I'm also a bit afraid of Tyrant's Breath, but I think I do want to be trying to keep my opponent's board clear if possible. And when pay up, I think I'm just gonna say okay to whatever the hell is named here, which I imagine is Pronouncer. Because I really don't want to face a turn 2 3-drop when I don't even have a 2-drop myself. I don't think there's too much that can blow me out. And 2, of course, hoping to draw a mana dork here, though that would make my mana a lot worse. Mountain. That's not the worst draw, because I want to be fetching Swamp with this Shroudstone Rift, but Profane MSA is fine by me. It's a bit less scary, as Bullet Pools doesn't tap for black here, so can't get absolutely burnt out. I guess I should be fetching Swamp on upkeep. Always fetching Swamp here. Don't really want to draw another land. Quartz Bed. That is nice in this matchup. I don't really like drawing it, but I'll manage. Particularly that means I can't ego on curve, which is very annoying. Really this is the kind of hand that like isn't bad per se, and it's like one of the reasons I think the deck is particularly strong is that all your cards are just good, but also, well, I think I might be playing Numero Wang and sacking itself here if this MSA gets removed, which isn't very exciting. So mana is this, yep, no reason block. His approach, good. And they don't have any 1-drops to mess with my Numero Wang, so I'm most certainly going to be playing that to clear the MSA. Give a bit of pressure off myself, I think. Get rid of the excess Numero Wang. That's his maneuver face, interesting. Would have felt inclined to keep that in hand, but they decided to run it out. Sketches. So I don't have another green source, which makes sketches a bit awkward. I've hit a green creature. That's not good. So Profane MSA would be a good hit, Inish2 would be a good hit. Everything else is kind of awkward. I feel kind of inclined to just go Numero Wang sack, and then Quartz Bed the following turn. I kind of like that, because then Quartz Bed can hit the maneuver and the Flames Approach in yard, and I don't give them a chance to do it. Also MSA, in their deck I guess MSA doesn't have that much to fetch, just Kalias, but I do think, just with how awkward my hand is, I do want to play a bit slow here. So I think I will go Numero Wang, attack itself, just to clear the Profane MSA. Gives me a ton more time to do whatever the hell I need to do, which is play down all my clunky cards. The Numero Wang being non-token is very good. I think how often it comes up. It makes it very easy to get around these token makers. Nothing pre-combat is good, so no MSA of Antiquities. I don't know how much I can place on what they have in hand. Maybe they have some Hatzo's movers in hand. It makes sense as to why they ran one out earlier. But I can definitely mark them as not having MSA. I am okay to discard with just how much value my hand has. 3 mana, maybe a Shiho. Just pass. So I'm reading that as a Tyrant's Breath. Very strongly, in fact. Valdez. So yeah, Tyrant's Breath is the only thing that could really be beyond slow rolling like Hat's maneuver and Flames Approach. So I guess my question is, do I run out Sketches plus Valdez, or do I run out Numero Wang? So what could they have? Because I know it's 3 spells. So I'm going to presume one of them is Hatzo's maneuver. One of them is Tyrant's Breath, and then maybe there's a Kalias Abomination or something in there. Like that's kind of what I'm putting them on. In which case I think I want to go Valdez name high wildlife sketches. Is there ever a world where I just play what I find off sketches? Would be specifically Profane MSA? I don't think so. I do want to play Valdez here to clear the way for potential ego. Yeah, and sketches being in play also means that Numero Wang is way more effective. Go ahead and make it high here. So I'm putting them on Hatzel's maneuver. Ooh, Rattler's Tyrant's Breath. Oh, why didn't it just play out a Rattler? We'll go sketches here. I feel like playing out Rattler to have like any form of offensive pressure would have been like great for them. Mostly with on the sketches, but hit the Valdez, which is actually pretty critical here. There's on so few cards. They do have a bit of an awkward draw. Then the Quartz Bed, it's irrelevant graveyard cards. Very happy I have Quartz Bed for this matchup. And now I feel like I'm just in kind of a demanding position. Commanding, not demanding. Looks like they decided to just play out the Rattler. MSA, okay. So I got 10 here. No cast, don't make sense. They don't want to kill their own stuff. MSA. I think I just go... So, I don't think I ever play... I think I'm always going Numo Wang Sack. So I think I always go Valdez, name whatever, then Numo Wang. I guess I could go Numo Wang Demigod? I don't mind that, but I think there's just better things to do with my mana. I suppose Rattler does pick up the Numo Wang. I think let's lead on Valdez high. Yeah, I think I still need to play Numo Wang just because I want to clear this MSA. I don't like being at such a low ratio. Name whatever here, doesn't matter. Okay, discards the Rattler, I'm pretty happy about. And then I think I'm gonna Numo Wang back the sketches here. I think I have enough value going around with the ego and the MSA. That sketches is the sack. And now I feel like I've kind of dismantled any kind of game plan I have. This passes the land pass. So still has the Tyrant's Breath in hand. Kaija. Oh. I can force the Tyrant's Breath to be discarded. Like, yeah. Do they have a manland? No. That's good. So Spires doesn't do anything. I guess it doesn't really matter how I sequence things, but I guess I always attack first. Yeah, I guess oh god. This shouldn't matter, but I guess I discard Bleh. I guess I discard Kaijao. Tyrant's Breath hits Profane MSA. Yeah, that sounds right. So attack first. Yeah, bed. Yep, and then I discard Kaijao, then play a Profane MSA. Does feel a bit awkward doing it like that, but I'll manage. If this warrior attacks and not blocking, that's Atso's bait. I just concede. So, fair enough. Wouldn't need to draw very well. You get that. So I think I like Ego, just so life gain is nice. Kaijao is okay, I guess. Frieza dies to everything, so whatever. Harbinger is kind of interesting, because it does provide me an answer to Tyrant's Breath plus Hatsu's maneuver, but that's about it. Because I think the other two modes are pretty bad in this matchup for me. I use mana better and my creatures are smaller. Niche 2, do good here. Mind a Niche 2. Though the Flames approach kind of messes it up. Shiho also kills it, and presumably they're bringing the third Shiho. It might bring Sealed Retray too, so I guess I'll side it out for that respect. I don't really like siding out Dorks, but maybe it's appropriate here, because House's maneuvers follow drug, as is Rattler, as is, I doubt they side a Metal Munch, but I guess they could. Don't want too much on board for Tyrant's Breath either. I think I'm okay with siding out Dorks here. They're not too fast, and I do have a good amount of 10-1 plays. Masek, I think I want the Dobon just in case I do need to, just because it has the utility of getting rid of the Blacksback stuff. It does feel a bit awkward signing up Dwarks, but I still have Seekers and sketches and those. So I should be good on that front. Monarch is okay, Become is okay too, but I think they're worse than everything I have in at the moment. Abomination, I think, has some value here. I think this is okay. So we're back after a couple day delay to do game 2 of the finals after there was a bit of issue since the original game 2 got blown up. So starting from game 2 again, trying to remember how I sideboarded. Brought in the egos. I might have decided out 2 dorks. I think that might have, and I started out a niche 2 too, I think. But I started out a niche 2. Flames approach Rattler, I think was my logic, which seems alright. I guess the niche 2 just doesn't match up too well against the creatures, and so 2 E3s or whatever. Additionally, Seals Rift might be rotten, which would make Inish very sad, and double up on hitting Numawang. Harbinger I think decided against because it doesn't really do much besides stop. That's maneuver plus hat throws. Baizhou doesn't hit too much, so it wouldn't be bad here. I think fine with just the one. Become most I didn't really like, even though it may be okay to bring in. I did win game 1, fortunately, which means I'm going to draw game 2. Get a kind of weird hand. I think I'm obligated to keep this, because I do have, like, things going on. I have all my mana sources, because this faction can fetch black. Yeah, not much to think about here. Molten Falls tapped. Fetch Tigo is a good draw. Don't think there's any logic in holding back a mana dork, because it's always going to be hit by Hatsuo's 2 mana inquiry. I imagine this takes Ego, it takes Numawang. So maybe that's implying a Valdez or something else to take the Ego. Or maybe just Time's Breath, or something along those lines. Not the biggest fan of seeing Wayfair Shrine there. Pronounces kind of a bit, I guess I pronounce on the worst as like fine, so they have like enough mana sources. It is kind of awkward, because Forced is definitely my worst mana source. It could, I guess, fetch Crumbling Precipice. I feel like the 2 life matters more than the Forced having the ore on it rather than the better land. Because I think I'm only concerned about Iho being harder mana here, since I only have 1 spell in hand. Cost quite a bit. I'll save the life here. And maybe one of the nice things about, even though this hand is really weak to removal, it does kind of insulate me a bit against stuff like Rattler, so I don't get blown out that heavily. Black, Valdez. Yeah. So I mean, at the very least, I'm not under that much pressure here, even if I don't have anything to do at all. Profane say, not what I want to see here, but I guess I'll manage. I already have Quartz Bed in hand, so might as well fetch Precipice on upkeep. Don't have any man lands or anything. Or rather, my man land is Polyp Pools. Kali's Abomination, that's an excellent draw. And the Kali's Abomination after 2 discard spells is something I am pretty ecstatic about. And that feels like it should put me somewhat back in the driver's seat. I don't think I'm winning here, but I think in general I top deck a bit better than Wizzerinus does. Just because I have a lot more proactive threats with Numawang, and we both have Shiho. Infectious Ego. I decided there, Infectious Ego, and God's Plains approach Rattler, which is fine by me. I should have played this Polyp Pools rather than the Wayfair Shrine, just in case of discard. Shiho plus Profane say is kind of bad for me here, because MSA can force fetch Kali's Abomination to kill my Kali's Abomination. So I will need to find something here at least. Oh, just attacks. Oh. I mean, I guess I'm forced to block here, right? Like, the Profane say seems just higher value than my Abomination here, because I'm not going to win a race, in any respect. Like, I guess this is just a forced trade, because, the discards? Oh, that feels really weird. I have Kali's Abomination in hand to kill my Kali's Abomination. It decides to trade. I mean, I guess though, I'm not in a good spot, but like, I feel like trading here just gives me more resources to do stuff with on board. Just making sure that they don't have any reanimation or anything like that. Doesn't look like it. They'll just Quartz Bed, hit Plains Approach, and I guess A-Bomb just goes. And then I don't have anything left to do. So we'll need to draw something at some point, but I do have at least a couple turns to do so. We cracks the blue instead of demigodding Shiho? Why? Huh? Sure. I guess they didn't have anything to sack, so this makes sense. And I guess they also get to keep up Shiho. Okay, that's it. Just want to make sure that I have the board state right here. But yeah, that Numawang is I'll say kind of messed up draw. So I guess I'm always playing pools here because it's the more valuable card. And then I go Numawang. Do I guess I don't. Demigod. Because I guess it ends up being the same with Nebula for. Actually, I guess A up is what I'm concerned about here. A up and Flames Approach. So in that case, I do Demigod. Since there's no real upside because this is a mana next turn anyways. Don't think I'd trade here or offer the trade, so probably doesn't matter too much. I guess maybe I trade because Hatsu's maneuver might just pick it off later, but if Wizzerinus misses on draw step, then I have a pretty messed up turn since I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 in yard. So this is one they'd be really kicking themselves. They did not side in Sealed Riftway, since Sealed Riftway would solve all their problems here, or at least some of them. But they did not side in Sealed Riftway, and thus they shall perish. Valdez, not a land, which is unfortunate, but I'll manage. Let's see, so I stack so that Pronouncer, and then I select the Numerang, do Legend Roll. So Ego resolves, I get Pronouncer resolving, and then Rang kills the Valdez, and then I have an attack with the Antelope here. I'll probably missequence that slightly, just with missing attack with Numerang for 3 damage. I'd be very surprised if it matters though. And that's the game. Kind of a bit anticlimactic game 2, but yeah, Numerang is kind of messed up. So, and that is kind of how all my black-red mid-range matches went this GP. I got 3 of them, so yeah, thanks for watching.